Oh well. Let's see. Let me set up today. I got a couple of reviews to go, so can't really do much from here. Huh. Stupid bloody phone, why isn't it?
Here we are, three mages on a quest. Of course, there's a fourth, but as you might.
Yo!
Agent 92, we have an assignment for you. We're going to send you a game and you must review it. Do you accept the offer?
In a specific way?
No specifics. Just do what you do,
Okay.
do your job, and do it yourself. Roll is counting on.
Contract accepted.
This message will self-destruct in 5.
So this is a review outfit. Hey there everyone, Scottish WION 92 and welcome to another WION review, which stands for Worth or Not, and today I'm going to be answering the simple question: is Hitman Absolutions worth it or not? So sit down, stick around, and hopefully you enjoy this review, and hopefully I can help you make your decision whether or not you should waste your hard-earned money on this. This words work today. But yeah, so I'm going to review this game. I got it just after the New Year, and I must admit I was actually kind of excited for this game because I don't know, I haven't told you, don't think, that I did play Hitman Blood Money, and it is really a game that I did spend quite a lot of time playing. Not like a lot like Mass Effect or an RPG, but it's a game that I did go back and replay quite a bit, and I actually enjoyed quite a lot about that game just for the amount of variety in the ways that you can complete your mission as the Hitman. Now, for those who don't know the story of the Hitman franchise, you play as the character Agent 47, basically the assassin of assassins. He is working with an agency, and I don't know this much about the Hitman lore, but he works with an agency that deals on taking out the less representable of the human race via contracts in which people pay out and say, here's the money, do this contract, and he, as Hitman 47, you go out and do this contract in the ways that you deem fit. Now the game does emphasize that you are an assassin, and the main goal is to become a silent assassin, to get in, take care of your target, make it look like an accident if possible, and get out without even being noticed if possible. And I must admit that as one of the Hitman Blood Money was a game that I did spend quite a lot of time trying to get the Silent Assassin rank, which is the rank that I think is one that you can go, fuck yes, I got that rank. And stuff like that is doing the mission. You have to do specific things. You like bonuses and all that, and it is more played more in this game, but that's the overall story. But I will get to what the major might as well get into the game itself, Hitman Absolution. Now, the way that most Hitman games play is that you're given a target, which is the exact same. You're given a target, and you have to take out that target. Now, how you take out that target is quite different. Everyone could take it in a slightly different way. There are ways to take out your target inside the mission. There are ways to make things look like accidents. There are things you can just run and gun. You can literally walk in there and most missions with any gun you can find, and you just go in and just start shooting everyone, and you can get your target like that. You can play it as the worst assassin ever, but you can, which is the option. And the game rates you, just like in other Hitman games, on how well you perform. Like, how many civilian casualties were there? How many times did you change your outfit in the game? Like, you start off with your suit, but you change into disguises that might help you to get to your target. There are... what was I saying? Oh yeah, it also judges you on where you spotted, like did anyone recognise you, which is a bit of a bothersome thing, but I'll get to that in a moment. And how you took out your target as well, like did you just shoot your target? Did you use the classic Hitman garrote wire, fiber wire for those that don't know? Did you make it look like an accident that you weren't even involved with, whether that be tinkering around with a gas pump because you know your target's a heavy smoker and he flicks his cigarette near the gas pump and he goes up in flames, or did something drop on his head, or did you poison your target, and how you do that affects your score in the game. And I like that for that. It is a really fun mechanic in that. I'll happily admit that I had a lot of fun replaying a lot of the missions just to the fact of the variety and how you can kill your targets. Now, I will get to the story in Hitman Absolution, but I do have to kind of talk about spoilers when it comes to that, so I will give you a heads up. But I want to talk about the main mechanic first, which is the assassinations, which is my personal favourite aspect of it. How you take care of your target. I'll use an example of it very early on game in which I've taken out a guy called the King of Chinatown. He is an arrogant bastard. He kind of deserves to die, let's face it like that. And it is part of the story and why he has to die, kind of. And how you can take him out is you can run and gun, but how I took him out was I poisoned his coke supply. This I found out during the mission while just listening in, like as a major aspect. If you listen to your targets, and you can get fairly close to them normally, and you can have a nice wee listen to them and find out their habits, like where they go during the mission, like if your target always likes to go for a wee cigarette every now and then. But the target, King of Chinatown, was a cocaine addict. He did love cocaine so much. So I found out where his dealer was hiding his drugs, and I poisoned it with fugu poison, which I found in the market. And he snorted it, and I watched him die from it. Awesome! And I got a Silent Assassin rank for that. And that's basically the mechanics of the game. You have to find out how to take out your target, each target you're given. And some targets are easy, and of course it gets progressively more difficult. Now there are certain objectives in the game that you can play throughout. Like there are bonus objectives as well, like not changing your suit throughout the entire mission, not killing any civilians, which is really tricky in some instances because sometimes you have to kill a few civilians to get to your target. To never being spotted, like that is one that really does get me pissed, that really frustrated me a bit, but it made sense why I got spotted. And it's made much more difficult that if you don't change your suit as well, because you're easily spotted if you're in areas that you're not supposed to be in, but you could steal a disguise, but that will affect your score and all that. And that's why I liked about that. It was really, really good. The assassination gameplay is fantastic still. I loved it. There was one complaint though, and that is the disguises. Like, if you change into a guard outfit, for example, every single guard in that entire area will say, I don't recognise you, you're suspicious, you're not meant to be here. There is a way, it does take a few seconds for him to notice it's you, and you can use Hitman's Agent 47's instinct, which basically is like just a blending where you can just go, dude, I'm not who you recognise, blah blah blah, I'll just go over here. But it does eat up your instinct, and it is kind of a pain in the ass. And also you can use instinct to look for interesting things during the mission, like drug supplies or evidence or specific icons of interest that you might want to pay attention to that might help you get to your assassin. But the disguise feature was a wee bit lackluster because it made it a bit too easy for some targets to see you, and of course, like if you get spotted, that affects your score, then the whole place tries to kill you, and you end up killing like 26 people, and then you're like, oh fuck, I can't be asked restarting, so you carry on like that. Things like that. However, there is one thing in the game that, with the disguises, there's always one disguise in the entire game that will, in each mission, that will roughly probably get you almost anywhere, and no one else will recognise you. Like, the main aspect of the disguise feature, if you steal the uniform of a police officer, every police officer that you run into will go, hey, you look suspicious. Which you're like, oh, for fuck's sake, does every police officer in this damn city know everyone? Every police officer? And it's kind of a bit it's kind of like, what the fuck is going on? Like, no one knows everyone. The disguises need a wee bit of work. But there's one aspect that I have to go with is the story. Like, Hitman Blood Money didn't have the best story. Virtually each target had their own story, but Hitman Absolution actually has a story in general. Your whole objective in Hitman is to find out about this girl who your previous handler in the agency stole and basically betrayed the agency, and you're assigned to go and kill her. You kill her. This is in the trailer, by the way, so I'm not spoiling it. You take this girl who has a mysterious background, and you're wondering, why the hell did my handler do this? And throughout the story, you're trying to figure out why the agency wants her and why she's so important. And that's the overall story. You're just trying to figure that out. And throughout the story, you will meet different characters in which you have to interact with and kill, of course, to get your information that you want. that's basically the story, because I do not want to spoil it, and it does do a good job in flushing out the universe that you're in. It explains characters, it tells you who they are, except for one. Okay, I'm going to have to edit for this, but I'm going to show you a picture of well, I'll move over a little bit to the left so you can see it. This picture, the nuns, the BDSM nuns. There is, you get to a point where you have to assassinate these guys, and by the way, I got a silent assassin there. Screw you, bitches. But everything else in the game, they explain mostly. But the nuns wearing BDSM gear. I mean, like, for those that don't know what that is, I'm not telling you, Google it. Like, don't Google it! Don't fucking Google it! You don't want to Google it. But why? They never explain why these nuns are dressed like this. Like, they're part of the agency from what you can tell, but you have no idea why the fuck they're dressed like this. And I can guarantee some teenager or that's gone, why the fuck do you care? It's sexy. It's sexy. Oh, here's the thing. It is sexy. Like, don't get me wrong, it's eye candy. It's for... Okay, now I'm sounding like I have a nun fetish, which I don't. I don't have a nun fetish, I swear. I swear I do not have a nun fetish. But, I'm sorry, in a game I like a little bit of explanation why the nuns are dressed like BDSM. Dominatrixes, I'm calling them dominatrixes. It makes no sense why they would be dressed like that. All I needed was like a sentence or two of explanation why they dress like dominatrixes. Like, half the time I couldn't take them seriously. Like, they were trying to kill me, but I couldn't take it a bit seriously because, yeah, they're trying to kill me. Either that or they're going to take me to their sex dungeon and spank me. I'm sorry, I just could not take myself seriously. And yes, I of course wish I was recording it because I made so many funny jokes while I was there. Well, funny to me anyway, and we all laugh at our own jokes anyway. But just like, I made so many fucking stupid jokes during my playthrough of this, and I wish I was recording it, but can't do it now. Including garroting one of the nuns, like strangling the bitch. And I was like, yeah, this gets you off, bitch. Oh fuck. And then dragging her to a freezer, or putting her in a freezer and going, she has to chill out. Wow. I made quite a few wee slide sexist jokes and all that. I wish I was recording just so I could show you what I was saying, but I can't do it. I can't recreate it. But I had so much fun doing that mission. But I just needed an explanation why these nuns are dressed like dominatrixes. Why? And also a more important question: why, after you strangle them, can you put Agent 47 in them? Like, every other character you strangle, you can steal their outfit. I think I didn't kill a lot of civilians, so I don't know. But why couldn't I kill her and then have Agent 47 dress up in the dominatrix outfit? That would have been funny. That would have been funny as hell, and practical and creepy, but funny as hell. Shame on you, Square Enix and IO Interactives. You missed an opportunity and a half to have Agent 47 dressed as a BDSM nun. Sorry, a dominatrix. Agent 47, I will be your dominatrix this evening. You've been a naughty, naughty boy. You've been a naughty, naughty girl. I must teach you a lesson that you will not forget. And I just creeped out half the people and I don't care. But yeah, that's a nitpick. Like, it doesn't explain at all why these nuns are dressed like dominatrix. At all. Never. Which I'm like, never mind. But yeah, it's one thing that nitpicks I had to get out there. But everything else the game explains. It gives you a nice wee bit of backstory with him. It does explain everything if you've never played a Hitman game before. Like, I did have a friend actually ask, do you need to play any other Hitman game to play this game? I can tell you right now, hell no. You don't need to play any other Hitman game to love Hitman Absolutions. I think I'll just wrap. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? As is, I only really played through the story. There is a contracts mode, which is basically just contracts and other assassinations that other people playing the game have set up, and some of them are extremely challenging and difficult, but that has a bit of flair to it. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Well, the game was hyped, of course, you can't blame there. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I need to talk about? I've talked about the gameplay and all that. There's a Hitman game. The game graphically looks really, really good. It is a really stunning looking game, I'm not going to lie, especially the CG, especially the movie parts, the cinematics. They look fantastic, I'm not going to lie, especially the rain effects, which are absolutely fantastic. The in-game ones are great as well. And yeah, the graphics are fantastic and really, really well done, I'm not going to lie. There are a couple of wee iffy glitches here or there, which I can let slide. There is a good bit of replayability as well if you want to go and do the missions again to get all the outfits or all the guns. I'm just trying to think, is there anything else it does? And I'm going to get to the negative point in this actually. In previous Hitman games, you could get all your equipment for assassinations, guns, poisons, syringes, mines, you name it, you could get it. In Hitman Absolutions, you don't have that luxury. You actually have to go into a mission with your fiber wire and not even your silver ball with a gun. You don't even your silver ballers you don't get until about maybe about a third of the way through the game, and you have to give them up for the story, which I don't want to spoil why you do it. But it makes sense for the story because Hitman is no longer affiliated with the agency because he basically took the girl that they were after and hid her somewhere. And you don't get all the cool shit that you did in previous Hitman games, not even your silver balls. You get silver balls about a third of the way through the game. But I like that because it adds a bit of a thinking, because you have to use the stuff that's in your environment, the area that's around you. You have to use the weapons that you come by, like axes, swords. And looking throughout the map actually helps a lot because you can find stuff and look, and comes in really handy. I liked it for that, but as I say, I was a bit disappointed that we didn't have all the cool shit that we'd had in previous Hitman games, but I can let it slide. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Overall, I can definitely say I enjoyed this game. I had a lot of fun with it. It has potential as well. Like, I can see the potential in this game, like especially for the Hitman franchise, exploring it more in this way, and especially at the end of the game where you can explore it a lot more, because it does end on a kind of a cliffhanger, but it's satisfying enough that it's not a major problem. It was a lot of fun playing it, a lot of fun having fun with it, and I can't wait to see what they do next. I give them major props. This game was absolutely fun. I loved every minute of it. There are problems here or there, and I can tell you right now, this game is not for everyone. How would I recommend this game? I'd recommend this game if you're a Hitman fan, definitely. If you like a good story, not a great story, there are some wee cliche bits here or there, but a good story is really, it's a good story in my opinion, a good story, and you want a game that makes you think. This game is, Hitman Absolution is not a game that you can properly play as a run and gun. You can't. You have to play it as a silent assassin. You have to be smart, you have to be intelligent about it. You can't run and gun in this game, because if you do, you will die a lot. I will give you advanced warning, you will be hitting the reset button on missions left, right and centre, because I would try to get through the entire game without being seen, and I did in the most part, but I did skill up spot in a few missions. I tried not using any disguises, but I ended up having to use quite a few. And you'll be hitting the reset button a lot, and I'll definitely say that if you're not a patient individual and you're not that type of person that likes a patient game that makes you think and isn't primarily focused on the gun mechanics and more on the fact that you have to take out your target and silently in as best way as possible, then you'll probably want to give this game a miss. But I can definitely say that Hitman Absolution is worth it. Worth every penny that I paid for it. And I can highly recommend it to the clan, and I hope you pick it up and enjoy it as much as I did. What version, of course, do you want to get? Well, I got the PS3 version, but if you can get the PC version, or I think there's a PC version. Is there a PC version? I'm going to check actually. Sorry, I need to make sure that I'm not getting this wrong. Just got to pop on Steam quickly. I just need to make sure. It's going to bug me if I don't. Just give me a moment, okay? Yeah, Hitman Absolution is on Steam for 30 quid. £30, sorry. So, I'd recommend it on PS3 because the PS3 is really good. If you can get it on Xbox or PC, either one works, but the PS3 one was really good, I liked it. So, overall, in my honest opinion, Hitman Absolution gets my stamp of approval and is definitely worth every penny that I paid for it. And I can definitely recommend it to the clan. It's a fun game. A lot of people were skeptical on it, but I can definitely say if you're a Hitman fan, you'll love it. If you like a good kind of spy-ish, a kind of a silent assassin story, you'll love it and you'll enjoy that part of it. But I'll definitely say that if you're not a person who's patient and can take their time with games, definitely give this one a miss. And it's definitely a future for a good looking franchise for the future. So I think that's about all I've got to say, and I hope you enjoyed it. As always, I'm your host, Scottish Warrior 92, and I'll see you all later. Ciao for now. Mwah.